Welcome to my summary of learning. I am starting with a picture of our class, as it is you that has taught me so much. Your wisdom in Google+, your questions and comments during class, and of course Alec and Katya, who brought us all together, has contributed to my learning. ECI834 examined trends, issues, affordances, and challenges in the design and development of online and blended courses. The description of this course truly is reflective of my learning creating an online blended course prototype. Blended learning transforms the classroom and allows for personalized learning. Students enter an experience, not a class. They can learn at home, in the park, and in the classroom. Blended learning provides instant feedback, collaborative, and independent learning. Stephen Downes says that blended learning is really a shift from schools providing learning to education supporting learning. So what is the best way to integrate technology into the classroom? LMS stands for Learning Management System. This is a behaviorist system for delivering content, tracking and managing information and training. VLE stands for Virtual Learning Environment. These would be a constructivist environment where it is used as a place to collaborate and extend discussions rather than merely hosting trackable learning objects. Many VLEs and LMSs have the same features, but what sets them apart is how they are being used. Moodle and Blackboard can both be used for LMS and VLE in the way that they are used. CMS stands for Content Management System, which is a computer application that supports the creation and modification of digital content. An example of a CMS would be WordPress. Here I am in Audrey Waters' post Beyond the LMS. Here, she really looked at moving past the administration of using an LMS and moving towards the learning, the web. So what does a blended learning content module look like? Alec and Katya gave us lots of examples. Some of the ones I looked at are behind me: Khan Academy, TED Ed, Crash Course, and Vsauce. I've actually used Khan Academy in my classroom, and TED Ed I'm considering using for my project. Open content, to have permission to retain, reuse, revise, remix, and redistribute. It's an open highway of information. And thanks to Creative Commons, OER Commons, and archive.org, we can do anything. So what tools do we need to create amazing lessons for our students? Well, let me start. Presentation tools. There are many. PowerPoint, Prezi, Keynote. There's Adobe Sparkle. There's also photo animation like Sketch and Lightshot. There's Screencast, Screencastify, Explain Everything, Show Me, Ed Creations. There's narration tools like iMovie, YouTube Editor, GarageBand, Powtoon, VideoScribe, and then there's also specialized apps like Puppet Pals, Animoto, and TouchCast. Blended learning is great, and there are many platforms and tools to make it engaging for kids. How do you ensure that interactions are authentic, meaningful, and relevant to the goals of the course? In order to ensure authenticity, is it important to have detailed course overview that explains the rationale and is connected to learning outcomes. Authentic discussions should inspire learning, create trust, and provide opportunities for students to connect with each other and the teacher. So what did all of our learning amount to? It led to our course prototype, and this is an example of ours. Megan, Janae, and I made a module course called Social Justice. What we started with was we looked at our course profile and we looked at what we wanted to do, what outcomes that it was going to reach within the curriculum, and wrote it out, looked at assessment, differentiation, curricular connections, and it really gave us the foundation to build everything else in our course. Second thing we did was we looked at our instructional guides and how it connected to each outcome among middle years and as well as within some grade 10. Just an example of one of them We looked at content, process, differentiation, assessment, the time, and the materials. And then once we get out of the About section and into our stream, and we go on to the left-hand side and click on Module 1. Janae had done a great job on her tasks and her assignments, and she integrated Mentimeter. She looked with some video. She has pre and post viewing guide, as well as having some voting, blogging using KidBlog. It was a great interactive unit. And then when we look at Module 2, this is the one that I had developed, and I also included some different online and class components with Kahoot, looking at songs, looking at a video that talked about the 10 basic questions, that revolves around globalization. And then lastly, Megan's unit brought everything together and ended with a wonderful simulation activity on social justice and bringing it back to being local for kids to understand kind of what's going on in their back door. We all found that the Google Classroom was a great platform to use. It was easy, it looked nice, it was very clean, no issues with kids having problems getting around. We had great feedback from our classmates who reviewed the outcomes and reviewed our course module. So I'm looking forward to the opportunity to actually using it in my classroom, which I will for sure. I think and I hope other people will be able to adapt it to suit their needs as well. So thank you for this great learning opportunity, and good luck in your next classes.